On November 21, 2025, FIFA shocked the world by announcing Canada as the sole host of the 2026 World Cup, overturning years of planning for a joint North American bid. The United States, long seen as the natural anchor for the tournament, was suddenly sidelined. FIFA President Gianni Infantino's declaration marked a dramatic shift, prioritizing legacy and national passion over commercial might. The world's biggest sporting event was now entrusted to a nation better known for hockey than football. In Canada, cities erupted in celebration, while US soccer officials scrambled for answers as their plans vanished overnight. This wasn't just a change of venue, it was a redrawing of football's global map. The question on everyone's mind, why Canada? What drove FIFA to make such a bold pivot? The answer lies in a story of behind-the-scenes negotiations and a nation ready to seize its moment. North America's World Cup journey began with Mexico's iconic tournaments in 1970 and 1986, followed by the US hosting a record-breaking event in 1994. The US became a front-runner for future tournaments, but its 2022 bid ended in disappointment when FIFA controversially chose Qatar. Determined to win 2026, the US led the united bid with Canada and Mexico, promising unmatched infrastructure and unity. Canada, meanwhile, quietly built its reputation by flawlessly hosting youth and women's tournaments, culminating in the record-setting 2015 Women's World Cup. The united bid, launched in 2017, was seen as unbeatable, combining American stadiums, Mexican passion, and Canadian organization. The plan: the US would host most matches, with Canada and Mexico sharing group games. The bid won in 2018, and for years, the world assumed a tri-nation World Cup was set. FIFA's last-minute reversal to a Canadian solo host stunned everyone, rewriting the tournament's history. The stage was set for an unprecedented World Cup. But how did Canada pull off this upset? Canada's solo bid was the result of a strategic, behind-the-scenes campaign. FIFA grew wary of the logistical headaches of a three-nation event: cross-border travel, legal differences, and security challenges. Canadian Soccer Association President Charmaine Crooks led a revised proposal, Project Maple, emphasizing political stability, unified security, and a compact tournament footprint. The plan focused on a corridor of champions linking Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, and Montreal, promising reduced travel and a festival atmosphere. Canada's bid aligned perfectly with FIFA's new priorities: sustainability, legacy, and strong government guarantees. The Canadian government offered sweeping financial support, outpacing the fragmented US system. Trudeau's administration championed the bid as a nation-building project, uniting the country behind a common goal. FIFA was swayed by Canada's passion and vision, not just a business plan, but a promise to transform the sport's future. As one insider put it, the Americans offered a perfect tournament, the Canadians offered a transformative one. That promise convinced FIFA to take a chance on the Great White North. The US response was immediate: shock, anger, and disbelief. US soccer officials, blindsided by the announcement, felt betrayed after years of preparation. Cities from Los Angeles to New York had invested millions, now facing economic losses and dashed hopes. Mayors issued a joint statement condemning the stunning and inexplicable reversal. Legal challenges were discussed, but FIFA's authority was ironclad. The decision strained US-Canada relations and left Mexico in an awkward position as the third partner. American pundits called it a political move, FIFA asserting independence from US influence. For fans, it was a gut punch. The dream of a home World Cup vanished overnight. Viewing parties turned somber, and a generation's hopes were dashed. While some wished Canada well, the sense of loss was palpable. The question now: how will US soccer recover, and what does this mean for the sport's future in America? With hosting rights secured, Canada's ambitious World Cup blueprint is under the global spotlight. The tournament will feature 48 teams and 104 matches over 39 days, using 9 host cities, far more manageable than the original plan. Key venues include Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, and Montreal, all set for major upgrades to meet FIFA standards. The federal government has pledged $2 billion, with total investment expected to exceed $5 billion. Economic forecasts predict over $10 billion in activity and 40,000 temporary jobs. The final will be at Toronto's BMO Field, expanded to 60,000 seats for an electric atmosphere. Canada's men's team gets an automatic spot, ensuring home support from the first whistle. The plan emphasizes efficient logistics, upgraded transit, and a festival-like fan experience across the nation. Hosting the World Cup is set to trigger an economic boom across Canada. Billions are being invested in stadiums, transit, and hotels, creating thousands of jobs and revitalizing cities. Tourism is expected to skyrocket, with up to 5 million international visitors flooding Canadian cities. Local businesses, restaurants, hotels, retailers are preparing for a record-breaking summer. The tournament will showcase Canada's cities and culture, boosting long-term tourism and foreign investment. Corporate sponsorships and media deals will pour in, strengthening Canada's global brand. Economists warn of financial risks, but responsible management could ensure lasting benefits. If done right, the World Cup will be a strategic investment, leaving a legacy of improved infrastructure and economic growth. The football world is buzzing with reactions to FIFA's decision. Canadian stars like Alphonso Davies and Atiba Hutchinson called it a dream come true, a chance to inspire a generation. For them, it's more than a tournament. It's a chance to elevate soccer's status in Canada forever. Some journalists praised FIFA's boldness, seeing a move toward legacy and authenticity over pure profit. They argue a Canadian World Cup could offer a more fan-focused, passionate atmosphere. Critics, however, question Canada's football heritage and worry about the tournament's global profile without the US market. Former US star Landon Donovan asked, "How does this make sense from a footballing perspective?" The pressure is now on Canada to deliver stadiums, organization, and the magic of the World Cup. As Thierry Henry put it, Canada has the keys to the kingdom. Can they create the magic? The world will be watching to see if this gamble pays off. FIFA's choice of Canada is more than a sporting decision. It's a geopolitical statement. By bypassing the US, FIFA signaled a move toward decentralizing football's power and embracing a multipolar vision. The decision has subtly shifted North American diplomacy, with Canada now managing its historic win and the US feeling snubbed. Mexico, too, must recalibrate its role as a regional ally. Future World Cup bids will study Canada's model: cohesion, government guarantees, and a compelling legacy narrative. FIFA has changed the rules, encouraging creativity and opening doors for smaller nations. For 1 month, Canada will wield global soft power, showcasing its values to billions. The tournament is a platform for Canada to prove itself as a confident, leading global citizen through soccer. The road to 2026 is filled with challenges and expectations, but also immense opportunity. Canada's vision captured FIFA's imagination, not just for logistics, but for a legacy that could redefine the nation's sporting identity. The true impact will be seen in grassroots programs, new generations of players, and upgraded community facilities. This is Canada's chance to prove it's a football nation, not just a hockey country. The world will watch as fans from 47 nations fill Canadian streets in a celebration of sport and culture. The countdown has begun. The world is coming to Canada, and the beautiful game has found a new northern home. Are you ready for history? Share your thoughts and join the conversation as Canada prepares for its greatest sporting moment.